Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Oakland Raiders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. His first carry, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. On on first down. Abdullah looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Carr to throw on second down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Flushed out right. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he stopped immediately there. In on the stop that time, Terrell Basham.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Carr. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They run with Hines. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
This is Hines. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's Hines on a toss play. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
6-18. 808.
To throw on 2nd down. Carr. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
No. Check. Patriots.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Hey, 734.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Carr. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Express. Come here.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Trying to pound it in with Washington. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. DeAndre Washington punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now it's Hines. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Get set. You ready?
And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, he's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Corey Coleman, 77 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the...
And the Raiders have got him. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Hot!
They're going to look to throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. A gain of 3, second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to have a third down. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Carr now on first down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. On first and 10, here's Carr being chased out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Terrell Basham able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
All right, get set, fellas.
To throw on second down. Carr under pressure again, and down he goes again. Terrell Basham in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right, it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Detroit! Detroit!
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Back to throw here. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now he'll let it go deep down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Another good reception there. The Colts on to march.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Again, here's Bernard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now back to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They start the drive with Abdullah. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They go back to Abdullah on first. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
24. 694.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Who's right? Low. 694. It's a hot.
On first down, Carr. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
29. Down.
Carr now on first down. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
6-18.
Carr going to throw here. A dump off for Abdullah. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
All right, get set, fellas.
To throw is Carr. He finds Coleman. A very solid gain of 27. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Give. This is Abdullah. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Amir Abdullah, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll set up to throw. Now a desperation. It's caught at the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kelvin Benjamin, 46 yards. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A handoff to Abdullah. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go with Abdullah again. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
694.
Back to throw. Carr. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And the Colts getting ready to go. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
They'll look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. 4 seconds. 3 seconds.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1.